So we're going to start with some advice. Advice for the asker and the answerer. The asker is the seeker, and the answerer is the one who is answering the question. Answering a question. The Shaykh said, Rahimahullah, indeed, trustworthiness in the knowledge is more important than trustworthiness with money. Starting right out the gate with beautiful advice here. This is so important. Absorb that statement and make it a part of yourself. Trustworthiness in the knowledge or with the knowledge is more important than trustworthiness with money. Yani, if you have knowledge, whatever amount of knowledge you have, a lot or a little, this knowledge, you are its guardian. The knowledge that you hold, you are its guardian. What you going to do with it? You're going to change it, switch it around, reword it, uh, etc. Hide pieces of it, hide it, for example. Keep it to yourself so people will think you have knowledge, etc. Trustworthiness with the knowledge is more important than trustworthiness with the money, and the trustworthiness with the money is very important. Yani, for example, how you should be with the money. What if a group of people sent you to the store? Each one gave you his money and told you what he wanted. And then you went to the store and each one got change back. Then what you supposed to do, you trustworthy one, you one who is trustworthy with the money, you need to separate the change of each one and give each one his change. When you did the transaction for the first one and you got the change, that's his change. When you did the transaction for the second one, you got the change, that's his change. What you might do if you're sloppy, just put it all in one pocket. So that's just an example. To draw a picture for you of the diligence you need to have with the money. Or for example, same thing, the people sent you to the store. They all gave you money. Let's say each one gave you $5. I'm talking in dollars here. Each one gave you $5. So what you're gonna do? You're going to keep track of those $5. You're gonna say this $5 belongs to Fulan. This $5 belongs to Fulan. This $5 belongs to Fulan. If you don't want to be trustworthy here in this issue and diligent, then don't accept the task. Indeed, trustworthiness with the knowledge is more important than trustworthiness with the money. Thus, one should be cautious when speaking and should practice what our sire, Abdullah, the son of Umar ibn al-Khattab, said. Abdullah ibn Umar. May Allah accept both of them. What did he say? He said, Al-ilmu thalatha. Correct knowledge is within the perimeters of three things. Kitabun natiq, an articulating book. That's the Quran. Wa sunnatun madiyah, a confirmed prophetic way. That's the hadiths. Wala adri, and what's the third one? I do not know. That's the third one. First one is an articulating book. The second one is a confirmed prophetic way. And the third one is, I don't know. Intaha. End quote. By articulating book, he means the book of Allah. Exalted is he. By confirmed prophetic way, he means the confirmed hadith of the Messenger of Allah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Maldiyah. Here, prior. A prior prophetic way means confirmed one. Maldiya, it passed. By that he means a confirmed prophetic way, a confirmed hadith from the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And by saying I do not know, he means that one gives this answer when he does not know, and he refrains from giving a verdict without knowledge. This, in case you didn't know, this requires practice. Refraining from giving a verdict without knowledge. Okay, he says a verdict. In the Arabic, he says a fatwa, a religious verdict. But if you want to practice this, don't say anything you don't know. Say, I don't know. This takes practice. One person said to me, a kafir said to me, I am impressed at how you, when you don't know, you say, I don't know. And when that kafir said to me that, then just reminded me of how sloppy the kuffar are. They don't want to say, I don't know. Why? That's so impressive. Shouldn't that be normal? Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Or someone will ask you a question, also might be a kafir. Ask you, what do you think about this? So you say, I don't know. They say, oh, well, but what do you think though? So say, I don't know. They might say, but guess. Yani, they don't like I don't know. Tell I don't know. I don't guess also. I don't know. Practice that. So it makes it easier for you to say I don't know when you need to. Even for non-religious things. Say, I don't know. La adri. And you must understand a question properly and not rush to answer before understanding the question. Yes, important. Sometimes you feel like you know where the question is going, so you cut off the asker. And then you proceed to answer him before he completes his question. Sometimes you might be right. Maybe a lot of times you would be right. But also practice this. And I'm reminding myself here as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself here too. Let a person complete his question. And I find myself sometimes, from time to time, I say to the person, I'm sorry, go ahead, complete your question. Just be patient, let the person finish his question. Like our sire Abdullah ibn Abbas said, may Allah accept from him and his father, he said, make me understand what you are saying. Afhimuni ma taqulun. Oh people, make me understand what you are saying. Yani, ask your question clearly. Wafhamu anni ma aqul. And understand from me what I am saying. Intaha. End quote. Yani. Al-Bukhari narrated that. Yes, make me understand what you are saying. Ask a clear question. So if you need to think first about your question, think about your question. Take a moment. It's okay. Take a moment and actually formulate your question properly. And if you can, keep it brief. Some person sends me questions as if he doesn't want to send me a question unless it's 2 paragraphs long. Most of his questions I don't answer, not only because they're long, but that's part of it. I'll open this question, khalas. I see a homework assignment right there. And if I were to pay attention to his question, all of what he said, he could have reduced it to a single sentence. Subhanallah. Said to him, this question is unclear. Can you reduce it to a single sentence? So what he did. He gave me the question in 1 sentence, and then after that said, for example, then he had to put all his talking. Yani, subhanallah. So make me understand what you are saying. Make your question clear. What did the scholars say? حسن السؤال نصف العلم. Perfecting the question is half of the knowledge. وافهموا عني ما أقول, and understand from me what I am saying. Yani, don't take away from me other than the answer I'm giving you. Don't understand other than what I am saying to you. Let it be your goal to understand what I am saying to you, not to understand something you want. Sometimes a person asks a question because he wants an answer. Yani, sometimes a person formulates a question to get to an answer that he wants. So it's not that he really wants an answer. He wants someone to tell him something. It's not that he wants the answer, whatever it may be. Rather, it's that he wants something. So he formulates this question to get to that thing he wants, not whatever the answer is, whatever it may be. No. Understand what I am saying to you. For example, some people, they didn't understand. They didn't understand this rule that I tell the people, which is correct rule, which is you can eat other than meat if you doubt about it. If you are doubting about something that's not meat, you can still eat it. A lot of people don't understand this when I say it to them at first. I have to say it 2 times, 3 times in different ways. You can eat something that you're doubting about as long as it's not meat. Then a person would say, what if I'm sure? Uh, so if that's your question, it means you don't understand my answer to you. Because I said what you are doubting about, not what you are sure is haram. If you are sure it's haram, then you cannot eat it. You know that. You didn't have to ask me. Well, why is asking me? Because it doesn't understand the answer I'm giving you. I said, huh? Well, what if you are sure? Hey, why if you are sure? Don't you know you can't eat haram if you are sure it's haram? Don't you know you can't eat something if you are sure it's haram? Yeah, you know that. So why are you asking me? Because you didn't understand what I'm saying to you. أفهموني ما تقولون. Make me understand what you are saying. وافهموا عني ما أقول, and understand for me what I am saying. Some of the students of knowledge, they went to go study in Malaysia. I'm hearing things about this Mahed in Malaysia. I think they are breeding soldiers out there. Knowledge soldiers, I mean. I think they have high standards for the people. Subhanallah. I hear so many people going there and quitting. They can't take it. Yeah, I heard many. So what some person said? Some person said to me, more than one person really. I must admit, I am hearing the same thing. I don't understand. They are going fast. Everything is not in my language. It's all in Arabic. Etc. Etc. But are you really making the teacher understand you? Or are you sitting there and teacher's teaching and then teacher doesn't really recognize your case? Or maybe you're shy. So you don't raise your hand, you don't impose, you don't make the teacher make it very clear for you. Say, Sheikh, excuse me, Muallim, excuse me, teacher, I didn't understand. Can you say it for me again? This part didn't understand. What does that mean? Thank you. And now this part too. What does that mean? Okay. Barakallahu feek. And also this part too. And then when you do that 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, the teacher's going to understand that you don't understand. Then they're going to adjust for you if it's a good teacher. But anyway, So and adhere to a statement which anyone who practiced it will get the greatest benefit. Adhere to a statement which anyone who practiced it will get the greatest benefit. Lo, yani hear ye. That statement is Zainul ilmil hilm. The decor of knowledge is deliberateness, yani slowness. Someone might say, oh, someone might say patience. The decor of knowledge is patience. Maybe you can say it that way. Hilm. The hilm is the slowness, the deliberateness. Someone's talking to you. Khalas. Calm down. Summon your maturity. Summon your serenity. Listen attentively. And then think about the answer. You don't have to rush to say an answer. One time, someone asked me a question. It was a kafir. Kafirah. She asked me a question. So I just stopped to think of the answer right there. So I said, So she said, you can't answer me right away, immediately? This proves that you are wrong. No, it doesn't prove that I am wrong. You just want me to say anything out my mouth? Or you want me to say something to you that's accurate and strong and true? The decor of knowledge is deliberateness, slowness, patience, if you want. SubhanAllah, I'll tell you something I didn't tell someone before. Once when I was studying overseas, we were in lesson with Sheikh Muhammad Sulaiman. So he asked us a question. So everyone, they pulled out their books to start writing. As if I was the only one who just paused to think about the question. So I don't even remember what the question was. So he asked us, and then, so everyone immediately just started writing. So I stopped and like put my chin in my hand, start thinking. So he saw that, and he didn't say anything, just was, you know, if somebody noticed something, so he saw that, he noticed. I didn't even notice it too. Only reason why I noticed it because I noticed his reaction to me. So I just mentioned that for the benefit. Take that! And furthermore, many calamities due to talking about religious matters come from a person going beyond his limit. So what's all this talk we are talking here? This is hikam, wisdom. Scholars have books loaded with wisdom. He didn't even get into the rules of blasphemy yet. His introduction to the book is a chapter with hikam, with wisdoms. Hikam is plural of hikmah. And furthermore, many calamities due to talking about religious matters come from a person going beyond his limit, thus giving religious verdict without knowledge, digressing into side cases throughout the lesson, not staying on the topic of the book he is teaching. This is very dangerous. Don't go beyond your limit. Means say what you know and stop. And think also about what you know before you speak. And then think about what you know beyond that. What do you know beyond what you want to say? Sometimes you don't know more than what you want to say. You can't build on it. You can't prove what you are saying. You can't cite what you are saying, etc. Just all you can do is say something. Okay. If it's correct knowledge, say it. Even if you don't have citation. But you might not say it also when you don't have anything behind it. Yani, you have to recognize your own limitations. Many calamities due to talking about religious matters come from a person going beyond his limit. You have to know your own limit. If I'm talking to some person, especially about religion, then before I say something, I want to think about what I know behind it, beyond it. Yani, can I back up what I am saying, in other words? Can I reinforce what I am saying, or I can only say something and I can't reinforce it? Usually for myself, if I'm saying something that I can't back up or reinforce, in religion, I'll usually say, this is what I have learned. That's my disclaimer. When I say, this is what I have learned, it means, Alhamdulillah, I am conveying to you accurately by transmission, by talaqi, but I don't have any more information. I cannot back up what I am saying to you. I can only say to you what I am conveying by mere conveyance. And in a discussion, like a debate, I most likely won't mention anything of that sort, something that I can't back up. If you want to say something, general rule of thumb, if you want to say something that you have behind it more knowledge. You don't have to say what you have behind it. Just have it. Just have what's there. Have that background knowledge too. In one lesson, I made a statement. I made the statement with the ability to back up what I was saying. Well, I didn't back it up at the time. I just said it. So then someone asked me, "Ah, do you have a reference for that?" Now, technically, the answer to the question is yes or no. Not what's the reference. He didn't ask me what is the reference for that. He asked me, do you have a reference for it? So I told him, yes. That's the answer to his question. And I didn't say more. So then he asked me, can you tell me? So I told him, yes. So I told him. Yani, my only point here being, if you're going to speak, I suggest for you to speak with knowledge in the first place, something that you have learned, a correct knowledge, and if you are able to speak about what you can back up. But sometimes you might say what you can't back up, as long as it is true, correct knowledge, and also you're mentioning that which you cannot back up. You're not mentioning it in a setting in which you need to back up what you are saying. Don't say something in a setting in which you need to back up what you are saying and you are unable to back it up. So many calamities due to talking about religious matters come from a person going beyond his limit, thus giving religious verdict without knowledge, giving answer without knowledge. That's a calamity for the answerer and the asker. This one is giving knowledge, giving judgments without knowledge, does not know what he's doing to himself. Once, I saw some Wahhabis. One of them was asking the other one a question. I knew the answer to his question. He didn't ask me. He would never ask me anything because he was a Wahhabi. He hated my guts. So he didn't ask me, but he asked his Wahhabi partner, friend. So that Wahhabi, Allah, he pulled an answer out from the worst place, yani. Where he pulled that answer from? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-ali al-azim. He doesn't know what he's doing to himself. He doesn't know what he's doing to the person he's answering, who's trusting him. He's giving him, let's say, a stinky answer. And what else they do? Digress into side cases throughout the lesson. Can't stay focused. I used to be like that when I was younger, hopping all over the place. Information overload. Yani really was lack of maturity. With more maturity, then I was able to focus and hold myself back from digressing. Something crosses my mind and has some ambiguous link to what I'm talking about, and then I make a sharp right turn to go into there. So, Alhamdulillah, Allah relieved me of that. Stay focused. Sometimes you're not even going to answer a question because you need to stay focused. Tell them, wait, not now. Understand what I'm saying to you here. You are going over there. I'm not there with you yet. I'm still here. Stay with me. Not staying on the topic of the book that he's teaching. This is very dangerous. So, if a student asks him such questions, let him not respond to those digressions for which he did not authentically acquire any documentation. Not just that, Yani, what this is saying first is a person is being asked about something that he is not strong in. He didn't acquire knowledge in that field, maybe any knowledge, or maybe not a strong one. So he just has some vague idea about the issue, but he is unwilling to hold his tongue. Let one not respond to those digressions for which he did not authentically acquire any documentation. But not just that, what if he did acquire authentic documentation for these digressing questions? You must keep control of your lesson if you are the teacher. You want to keep control of your lesson. So when he asks you something that takes you off course, don't let him take you off course. You bring him back, say, wait, we're not there. That's off. Here, we're here. Did you understand what I'm saying to you? This part that I told you, did you understand that? No? Okay, let me repeat for you. Yes? Okay, so then, from here, then going this way, not that way. Rather, let him say, I do not know. This answerer. He will then be safe on a personal level. And the pupil will be safe. Yeah, from him. The pupil still needs his answer, though. Let not the teacher think that if he does not answer these digressions, the student will deem him weak. Yeah. And not just that. Also, if you are answering someone's question, you have to have a personal goal that the wise ones advise, which is this one who has a question for you. He has, let's say, it's a problem. This one who has a problem, he has an issue. He needs something solved for him. He needs to get out of some trouble or understand something very important. Okay, you want to help this Muslim very much. You very much are invested in helping this Muslim. But you must be more invested first in your own personal safety. So, what's the advice of the wise ones? Don't let your concern be getting the asking one out of his trouble. Let your concern be getting out of his question safely. Don't let your concern be getting this one out of his trouble. Let your concern be getting out of his question safely. How are you going to get out of his question safely? Either you answer it properly, or you say, I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't help you get out of your trouble. May Allah relieve you. Don't say, well, I think, or I read, or like this. Let not the teacher think that if he does not answer these digressions, the student will deem him weak. No. Rather, let the teacher be firm and in keeping control of his lesson. Furthermore, It is important for the teacher to remember when he starts teaching that his intent is to benefit the people concerning their religious affair for the sake of Allah. Exalted is He. Not so that it would be said about him, he is strong in the knowledge. He's a sheikh. He's a scholar. Then this is insincerity. If one recalled this intention at the beginning of the lesson and also throughout the lesson, it will be easy for him to say, I do not know, when he does not have any transmission. It is also important to consider the case of anyone studying under this teacher, as well as anyone in his session who is not a normal student of his. Meaning, it's important for the teacher to be mindful of the status of those who are learning from him. He has normal students. Some of them are, they have more aptitude than others. And sometimes he has new students. And then he wouldn't even know their aptitude. Subhanallah. Sometimes a person might hear something in my lesson, doesn't understand it. This really disappoints me, as I try very hard to make sure what I'm saying is clear. Still, a person will come out not understanding something that I said. MashaAllah. So that's a lesson. So this teacher needs to be mindful. Is the expression he mentions properly comprehensible to those present? Or do they not understand what he understands or what he means by this wording, especially if he is talking on an elevated level? MashaAllah. Imam Ali, may Allah accept him, said, tell people what they can comprehend. Hadithun nasa bima yafhamun. Tell people what they can comprehend. And included in here is, and what they can accept. That's included. Tell them what they can comprehend. I mean, sometimes you might say to somebody something, he can't accept it. Why he can't accept it? Because he lacks something that makes him able to accept it. That's why I say, for example, haven't we talked about, we did, for example, we went over Ibn Asakir. Didn't we talk about that the earth is still and the sun is moving? Okay. Why I'm talking about that? Because I'm able to. It needs sometimes to be clarified for the Muslims. You want to believe properly. You want to know what's right. And also, I am capable of talking about the issue properly. And I can back up what I say concerning that. And then some person would hear the lesson. And he agrees. But what he wants to do, he wants to go talk to people about it. You want to go talk to people about this? I'm talking to people about this for some reason. Because of something I'm doing here, giving lessons and things, and disseminating certain amounts of information. But that means you're going to do the very same thing? Not necessarily. So some person said to me, I want to talk to someone about this issue. So how do I say this and this? And how do I talk about this and that? So my advice to the person was, although I can tell him what to say, don't talk about this thing to those people. This is not the most important thing. I'm doing it for something. You don't have to do it, though. You don't necessarily have the same goals I do or in the same position I'm in. Talk to them about something else. Talk to them about the attributes of Allah and about the prophethood and about piety and God-fearingness and obligatory knowledge. Things that they need. Don't talk to them about something maybe they're not going to accept in the first place. They will not comprehend what you are saying. Say, what? The earth is still what? Say, yeah, what? Now you're having a conversation about this that you didn't need to have. حدثوا الناس بما يفهمون. Tell the people what they can comprehend. أتحبون أن يكذب الله ورسوله الله ورسوله أتحبون أن يكذب الله ورسوله. Would you like for Allah and His Messenger to be belied, to be contradicted? That's what Ali said. Al-Bukhari narrated that. And furthermore, Allah said in Surah Qaf, ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد. Not a saying is pronounced, but that Raqib and Atid capture it. Those angels who record the deeds. This verse clarified that every saying a person utters, two angels write it. Raqib and Atid, whether that pronunciation is good, evil, or indifferent. So it is known from that that the human shall be judged for what he utters. If he pronounces evil, he will be paid for it. And if he pronounces good, then that shall be in his favor. That is why the scholars said, indeed, had a Muslim pronounced a word of blasphemy willingly, without compulsion, yani willingly means he chose to say what he said, without compulsion, no one forced him to say it, and intentionally, deliberately, without a slip of the tongue, yani he said what he wanted to say, his tongue didn't slip, while sane, not insane, he would really exit Islam by that. Scholars have divided blasphemy into three divisions: blasphemy of conviction, blasphemy of action, and verbal blasphemy. They have also established rules to know those sayings, actions, and convictions that eject a person from Islam. Those rules, we'll start reading them insha'Allah ta'ala next time. And by that, we finished this introduction of wisdom and advice before embarking on cases of blasphemy. Wallahu alam. Do you have a question I can answer for you?